favorite scary movie.
Subspecies.
I had a good idea of what a lot of the movies I was going to be talking about this year for Scary Mania are, but Subspecies was the one that I had no real knowledge of going into beforehand. The movie is not great by any means, but I have a real soft spot for it for a couple of reasons that I will explain. It tells the story of three college students who are studying Romanian culture, and they stumble upon a rather large castle which happens to house not one, but two vampires, their brothers, one of whom killed their father in order to obtain what is called the Bloodstone, which is said to contain the blood of saints. It's up to these three students to get out of that castle alive without becoming a creature of the night, like the brothers. The story of this movie, like I said, in many ways you've probably seen something like it before. It's vampire stuff. You've at least seen a little bit of that before. It's brother versus brother. There's a lot of very cliched stuff going on here, but why I give it a recommendation comes down to the atmosphere. The atmosphere is really the key to this one. The movie was actually shot in Romania. I believe in my research, I found out that this was the first American movie ever shot on location in Romania, and it really shows. The castle is eerie and dank. The main villain of the movie actually has these little minions that look like little devils. They're all done what appears to be stop motion, and I just loved that. I loved seeing those little devils running around and helping this vampire do his dirty work. I couldn't really find anything in terms of budget and how much the movie costs. I imagine it didn't cost all of that much. So the fact that they were able to capture a very atmospheric movie from what seemingly feels like not as much money as I would imagine it being, the movie was just looked and sounded way scarier than some vampire movies that I've seen. I'm going to give this movie a good rating, but a high good rating. I say again, the movie is not top tier vampire stuff. It's not the original Dracula with Bela Lugosi. It's not Horror of Dracula with Christopher Lee. I'm not saying that this is like in that top tier, but from just the atmosphere alone, I give it a recommendation because there are other vampire movies that just don't really get the aesthetic of what a vampire movie should be or are just straight up ashamed of it. And Full Moon Features, who produced the movie, just said, we're just going to make this just a straight up vampire movie. And they did it. And I respect the hustle on that.